I'm halfway to making the world's coolest classroom. This is episode 4 of this series, and I'm just getting started developing and sharing what that vision could be. This episode is going to be all about the space that I've created for this class. Now, it's not done, but after 4 years, I think it's close enough. Anyway, there are parts of this room that are built for specific purposes, and I need to speed run through this part just to keep this video from being an hour long. So there's VR built into this table. We have a class library. There's 3D printers that the students run themselves. We have CNC machines and a CNC drawing machine that kind of trains them. There's a project graveyard, a stop motion studio, iPads running Procreate. There's cut, bend, and affix tools. There's a media computer that'll do screen capture, Chromebook capture, and desktop capture. Nacho projects of the leak area. There's makerspace materials, vinyl cutters, plenty of windows for chalk pen designer projects. We have a sound studio, a green screen, class projectors. Not every classroom needs to look like this. There's so much more that you can do with just simple supplies in a normal classroom. That's true, but in here, I'm constantly trying out new project ideas and putting together ideas across different areas of this room. You know, where else can you have the tools of a designer, a digital creator, and an engineer all in the same place? And this is where creativity happens, when you can combine random ideas, use mistakes as springboards to new ideas. You know, this would be much harder in a barren classroom. Now, I could talk for an hour about the different creative ideas that pop up when we run out of one material. This stuff never happens when I had to be in complete control of every topic or project that kids worked on in this classroom. It doesn't happen with rigid timelines and rubrics. More and more of the resources I'm sharing are ideas that my students initially had. There has to be an element of freedom where students can have some of the control to follow their own ideas. Creativity can happen anywhere. A totally different classroom can only help a student think differently about what they do. What you see here has mostly been rescued from a landfill and then donated, and the rest was purchased. I'm so fortunate to have this as my classroom, to have supportive administrators, support of my family. I know how lucky I am, and I'm working as hard as I can to take advantage of the opportunity to show what could be. We're not limited by what everyone else is doing, what everyone else expects of us. We can go our own way. And I feel like I need to model that with everything that I do so that my students will take me seriously and maybe imagine a different world for themselves as well. I think this is a great space to get the idea across. Now, the next episode is about EdTech and how the addition of machines don't magically help kids become more creative or more engaged. This room came with everything, and it was super frustrating until I learned that the fancy machines don't actually help with problems that we have. Too many people go around thinking, well, because I don't have this or this or this or this or this, I can't do creative things in my classroom. I want to show education can look very different, even without all the stuff that's in this room. It's just amazing. I'm excited for what students are doing today, and I'm really excited for what students are going to be doing in the near future. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate that there's a growing community. Thanks and goodbye. This is where EdTech can really help. When a student asks, what do I have to do? We can turn it around and say, what do you want to do?